Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's Amy here. Uh, Still haven't done a live yet. I need to do one. It's just hard for me to block out time. My son might be home. He's might be in the room that I was going to do the live in. And as you know, teenagers don't really want a mom to be doing a live in their room. The thing was, this room used to be my work room, and this little corner is my little work corner. But I've found that wherever I go, they follow. But yeah, teenagers don't really want you doing a live YouTube thing in their room. Usually he's in the other room on the computer, and my daughter's in and out of the house. She's a social butterfly, so it's just been kind of hard, and work and all that, and the internet. I was very devastated when I did that live and nobody could hear me. It's my fault. It's my fault with my internet issues. But I was like, yeah, that's not a good live when you can't hear the host and they have to go in and out over and over again and no questions get answered. So, and then my computer died. I'll tell you a story real quick. Okay, we're nearing the end of Mercury retrograde, and I will tell you this. This has been, I would say, maybe not the most emotional, damaging, because I've had some that were emotionally hard, but just life difficulty. This Mercury retrograde has been rough, and I've noticed that November into December Mercury retrogrades are always the hardest for me personally. I don't know why, but they are. They always affect my pets. And so this, I'll tell you what happened this time. My tooth that got really bad. Then I was also sick. Work's been crazy. The weather has been crazy. That one day when it snowed, oh, look at the beautiful snow. And I've driven in snow my whole life. I get on the road, go to work for the matinee, roads, no traction. I was all over the place, couldn't stop. My brakes kept locking up. So I was like, wasn't able to even stop when I could stop. Couldn't stay just in between the lines on the road. And then I got on the highway and I thought, you know what, Amy, if you keep driving on this highway, you're asking for an accident and or your own death. So I got off on the nearest exit and just inched my way home and wrote my boss, my manager. I was like, yeah, I'm not coming in today. Sorry. I don't want to die. Not today, Satan, as I said before. So yeah, Mercury retrograde. Kieran, he had something with his front leg. He's still kind of a little ouchy, but he's better. You have the internet, my computer completely dying, completely, and then document gone. Fixed it, but still the battery's bad. Things with my finances, things at work. And okay, and how about this? Oh yeah, the heater. That's one of the other things. I think the tooth was probably the biggest thing though. But the thing, and the internet and my computer, but the heater. So the furnace fan acting weird and sounding kind of loud and stuff. So not running it as much. Well, it got cold, so I had to run it. And then I've been having like little tiny space heaters around, which I know that's dangerous. I'm watching them. Dealing with that. Okay, so dealing with that. Yesterday got better. I figured some things out and it got better. And then, as I go to work last night, I look in the Christmas lights I put on the front porch, dead. It's all black. So I go to work and come home, they're still dead. I'm like, what is the deal with that? So I walk in the house and my daughter is in the kitchen cooking some stuff. And I was like, did you notice the Christmas lights are out? And she goes, yeah, and the microwave's out too, and the water kettle's out too. I'm like, what the heck? So I run downstairs and I check the breakers and I flip some switches, go back up, nothing. So then I go back down and I flip them again. I do 4 that are the kitchen and the front porch. And I say, Julia, is it on? Yeah, it's on. So, yay, I run upstairs. Christmas lights are on. Microwave is on. Hot kettle works. And then everything goes down. It's like the scene from Christmas Vacation where Clark Griswold is trying to make the Christmas lights go, and he's back and forth, and they won't work. And then just magically, the wife turns on, the switch. So I went back down. I ran back downstairs and I flipped the switches again. I'm really studying them, and I flip them and I wait just a little bit longer, and then I flip them back on. And as I'm running back up the stairs, I'm like, this is, what this is? I'm literally having a physical, real battle with Mercury retrograde right here and now as I run up and down the stairs battling this. So I go upstairs, still nothing. I'm like, what's the deal? I flipped the switch. It worked last time. And then I figured out that it was the overdrive button that we have on sockets. You know, certain sockets have the overdrive, the red button. And hair dryers will have it too. Like certain things will have it. Because hair dryers are known for blowing fuses, right? Or knocking them out. So I go push that button, and it's like the scene of Christmas Vacation. Wah! And the lights come up on the front porch, and the microwave, and the hot kettle. What happened is, we already knew this. My daughter and I knew that if you run the electric water kettle and the microwave at the same time, it'll blow the fuse. So that's what happened. And then it's connected to the Christmas lights. So just don't run. You can run the lights and everything in the kitchen, but not the hot water kettle at the same time. That's on its own. You can't do the microwave and the hot water kettle together. It blows everything. So I figured that out. So that's all good. I'm like, I won the battle of Mercury retrograde. And you know what? Things have felt a lot better. Like I've been feeling better. I finally got my tooth out, and Kieran's been feeling better, and a lot of stuff has gotten a lot better. Not perfect, but better. And then this morning I get up, and I was trying to get my son his clothes for school. And one of his socks is still damp from the dryer, but there's not enough time. So I wrap it around the hair dryer and leave the hair dryer on. There goes the power. The hallway, the bathroom, the hall. We have the worst fuses in this house, or I do. And so I run down the hall, and sure enough, his room's completely, everything from his room back to the bathroom through the hall are black. So go run down again. I'm still fighting Mercury retrograde. I run down there, find the switch it, and it's on. Everything's cool. So moral of the story, don't wrap a sock around a hairdryer and leave it on. That is bad. Don't do that. So anyway, Mercury retrograde. I saw, if that's happening to me, it's probably happening to you guys. We're all going through this together. I thought it was interesting with the tooth extraction, how you all said you had the same thing happen to you at different times, and sometimes multiple times, which, ouch, that's not fun. And I looked online because I'm still having some swelling. It's a lot better, but I still have like a hard knot in that area because there's just so much trauma. And I still have a pain. Like I really feel like I had trauma in that area of my gums and maybe even my bone. I don't know. Even my ear still aches from that stupid tooth. And so I looked up phantom tooth pain, kind of like when someone has a leg extracted and they still are amputated and they feel like they still have that leg there. And sure enough, there's a real phenomenon called, I don't know what it's called, but where you have a tooth extraction and you still feel the tooth pain. It's weird. I still have it. I still wake up and go, oh, my tooth, but it's gone. And it doesn't really hurt. It's just kind of a little bit of an ache. And I really think it's in my mind, but also there's trauma. There's definitely still trauma there. But as I looked that up, I saw that a whole bunch of people, it was on TikTok, all these commenters said in the last week, like me, they had to have a tooth extracted. And I find that interesting. I think that there's something universal about that. And it's probably all of us in the 4 a.m. club, and that's all of us who woke up at 3 or 4 a.m. on, election night and were in shock and horror because we knew what happened, and all us intuitives. I still call that the rapture, and I heard someone say that yesterday, and I'm like, that's so true. I said that. I was the first person to say we had a rapture because, not to toot my own horn, but because it was the night of the election when all of us people woke up at 3 or 4 a.m. in our time zone, whatever, and knew something was off and felt this dread, but also a sense that everything would be okay. That was the rapture. And the other people who celebrated because we won, and we'll never have to have the first female black president. We'll never have to have immigrants in our country. And now we get to rule the country, and all that type of crappy, shitty, racist, Nazi, people who are celebrating that others are going to be rounded up. I mean, that's just hideous, fucking hideous and abusive. For entertainment purpose only, I said that word, but that's, what other word is there? Anyway, I will have to pick my son up for school as usual. What time is it? I'm running out of time, so I'll hurry. I've got like 5 minutes, so let me wrap this up. And I will try to do a live later. It's hard because I do work the nights when I work, and then the nights when I don't work, I like to, make as much time as I can with my kids because they go to their dads and it's Christmas time, and that's really hard on me. So I try to make as much time with them as I can. Um, so I want to do a live. I probably will be able to do more next week, to be honest, unless they make me work a whole bunch, and we'll see. I'm really at the point where I almost just want to take a big break from my job. I would love to be able to do it. If I can make money here doing this, I would do this every day. But the problem is I have no visibility on YouTube, and I, can't seem to make any money doing that. But that's okay. That's not why I do it anyway. It's just I wish that I didn't have to work. I would love to do this instead of working. Anyway, I want to talk. I've already talked about the drones and the UAPs, and I asked Spirit. I said, "What are these?" I do, as I said, there's obviously going to be UFOs or intergalactic beings, and those are more like plasma orbs. They have their own energy. But a lot of these, I said, they're drones. And I got the image of the spy weather balloon from a few years back. And do I think they're from Iran? No. I think that if they're from anywhere, they're the same place as the weather spy balloon. I still get weather balloon with that. And that it's Ina with the CH, and Usha with the R, and eelon, and all of that. And I feel like our brains are getting effed with. They're trying to F with, and they're surveilling. And, it's a little bit alarming to think that we have all these things out there. But to be honest, I feel like Starlink has always been doing that to us too. So drones or little satellites all over the sky. It's probably is Elon. So I asked Spirit, and they were like, most of these are, well, obviously the drones are man-made. And he's trying to cause trouble. I really see, and I feel like I'm channeling when I say that. I feel like it connects to eelon. God, the guy is just insufferable. When I hear other people and other readers, it's usually a guy, a male reader, and someone says, "What do you think about Elon Musk? Is he a good guy? Is he?" Oh, I don't think he's bad. He is bad, and I say that not in the terms of like the universe, what's good or bad, right? But he's nefarious, and he has nefarious plans, and he's very greedy, and he doesn't have good things planned out for us human beings. Okay, the other night I had a dream. So I think they're man-made, and I think they go back to nefarious people. Okay, but we do have aliens flying around. I've had them come in my room, orbs. So I'm Palladian, so of course I would love to have open contact with. I feel like I already did, honestly, but I would love to have open contact with the starseed Palladians, intergalactic, and you know what? That's why they need us intuitives, because we're never going to have it unless you honor and support intuitives to do this work. But anyway, I had this dream the other night where I was dreaming I was at work because I was there so much, and I was standing in the lobby checking tickets, and there's people in the lobby with, Christmas time, drinks in their hand and milling around. And then some guy with a leaf blower, near, comes down the hallway into the waiting room or the standing or whatever with the ticket office. And he points the leaf blower at everyone, and he says, "All right, everybody, this is it. I mean it this time. Get ready." And then the camera turns and pans to this one tall, skinny guy that looks kind of like Mr. Bean, but he's really tall and skinny. And he gets this wry look on his face, and he says, "It's the Glock," or something like that. "It's the Glock." And it echoes in my head as I wake up, and I laugh. I was like laughing, and I told my kids about the dream, and they thought it was funny. And but I saw something today that said that Elon Musk has this AI. Remember, he said, "I don't want anyone else. No one else should have AI like Google and others," because he had. And I said this. He's saying that because he has his own AI that he wants to use to monopolize. Guess what it's called? The Glock. So, maybe that's what all of this is about. Maybe this is why he bought the election by Twitter and everything. He's always had this plan to take over the world and take over humanity and our brains, and make everyone part of his AI experiment. because he's got a God complex. He thinks he's God, and I feel he is a God simulator too. I really do. I think he's a God simulator, and it's called Glock, and that comes from the Hitchhiker's Galaxy. He's a megalomaniac, control freak, and like I said, what's good or bad, but he's nefarious. He doesn't have good plans, and he wants to control everyone's brains, and he wants us all to be congealed and in the, what do you call it, the alignment, there's that word, but what do you call it when you get into algorithm of the universe, his God universe, his God simulator with the Glock. And that's why he did this election thing. He doesn't want to be El Presidente. He wants to be AI king and control everyone's brains. And that's what I saw in that first reading I did of him. The Glock. That's that dream I had. And that's why he did this to the election. And 100% he manipulated the election results for entertainment purposes only. Okay, I better upload this. But I want to say with the UAPs, with the drones, isn't nefarious? Yeah, but I think also it's a distraction. I do feel they're checking things. I feel there are aliens out there checking things. I feel the drones are checking things. I think they're trying to scare us. I also think they're checking our arsenal. I also think that, and people are talking about the 3 days of darkness. People have been talking about 3 days of darkness forever. Well, let me tell you something. There is no darkness because the light is inside. I couldn't pay my electricity this summer, and I had a week of darkness. No joke. I've been there. It's no big deal, really. But the light is inside. No one will ever get rid of the light that is. And I got to go here. So, yeah, don't be scared. Don't let anyone scare you. No God simulator, no eelon, no drones, no country. No one can ever take that which is inside of you, which is the universe, which is the divine, the one source. And don't give your power away. I'm seeing that the newspapers and Time Magazine and the news, they're all caving to 45, and it's almost like they're falling into the algorithm of the thought of fear and darkness of 45 and Leland. And that's where I always said, know thyself, know your own truth. Your own truth is the truth. Don't let anyone manipulate your brain. And this is like 1984 right now. So stay on it. And if you doubt it, good. If you're skeptical, good. I think everything is up for skepticism at this point, and that's very healthy. I think the worst thing that any of us can do is just go, okay, okay, that makes sense. No, everything is really crazy right now. Stay skeptical, stay questioning. And even if it makes you the unpopular person in the room, who cares? Never trust or think blindly. Always question and use your own inherent thought, your skepticism, your morals, and also, I don't know, kind of be a badass and just say, I don't know, but like when people say, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, listen, everything right now is a conspiracy. And if you're a psychic, you're basing your information off of intuition and spirit guides' voices that no one else can hear. You're basically a conspiracy theorist. That's why I never go, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, because we literally are. Like, we're probably. And the last thing I want to say is something that Spirit told me the other day. I was in the car driving to work, and I was thinking about cavemen, and I was like, yeah, I need a caveman. And Spirit said to me, in my inner knowing, they were incredibly intelligent, and they were very intuitive. And they said to me, humans are the dumbest right now in history than they've ever been, ever. Humans are super dumb right now. Cavemen were actually really quite smart. They were very intuitive. So take that as you will. I mean, that's why keep thinking, keep being skeptical, question everything, use your intuition. Don't doubt your intuition. Don't let people tell you what is, because they'll lie. they'll lie to you. Yeah, I will stop there. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.